My family gave my sister $80,000 for her wedding and told me, "You don't need help," so I stopped calling. 2 years later, she drove past my house and called Mom, crying. Growing up, my sister Emma was the princess, golden child. Got ballet lessons, private coaching, a new car at 17. Me, bus pass and books from the library sale. If Emma sneezed, Mom brought her soup and called the doctor. I broke my arm once, falling off my bike. They told me to walk it off. That's not an exaggeration. Literal quote from Dad, "You're fine. Stop being dramatic." I got straight A's every semester, earned a full scholarship, graduated early, and landed a killer job at a tech startup. Mom's response when I told her, "Good, you'll be paying your own bills sooner." No, congratulations. No celebration. Just relief that I wouldn't cost them anything anymore. When I was 15, I made honor roll for the first time. Left the certificate on the kitchen counter, hoping someone would notice. 3 days later, I found it under a pile of Emma's cheerleading flyers. No one had said a word. Fast forward to Emma getting engaged. My parents threw her this massive engagement party. Rented a venue, hired caterers, brought in a photographer like it was the wedding itself. The whole neighborhood showed up. I sat in the corner eating finger food, watching everyone fawn over her. A few months later, I stopped by the house. Dad was sitting at the dining table with receipts spread out everywhere. Wedding costs, flowers, venue deposit, designer dress, cake, band. I glanced at the total. My stomach dropped. "You're giving her $80,000? I asked. Mom walked in from the kitchen, didn't even flinch. "Of course. It's her big day. She deserves it." I stood there processing. Then I asked the question I already knew the answer to. "What do I get when I get married?" Mom looked at me like I'd asked something ridiculous. "You don't need help. You're fine on your own." That sentence burned into my skull. I didn't yell, didn't argue. I just nodded, grabbed my keys, and left. That was the last real conversation we had. I stopped calling, skipped Christmas, sent a "hope you're well" text on birthdays and nothing more. I poured every ounce of energy into my work, stayed late, took on extra projects, learned everything I could. Within 2 years, I co-founded a software consultancy with a former coworker. We landed our first major contract 6 months in, then another. Then investors started calling. The company exploded. We were doing enterprise-level work for Fortune 500 companies. I met Maya at a networking event. She was a real estate agent with a sharp sense of humor and zero tolerance for family drama. When I told her about my parents, she didn't try to convince me to reconcile. She just said, "Sounds like you made the right call. We bought a house together." Nothing flashy, but it was ours. Quiet street, big yard, far enough from my parents that I didn't have to worry about running into them at the grocery store. Then one Tuesday afternoon, my phone rang. Mom's name on the screen. I almost didn't answer, but something made me pick up. "Hi, sweetheart," she said. Her voice sounded off, shaky. "What's wrong?" I asked. Long pause. Did you buy a new house?" "Yeah." "Why?" Another pause. I could hear her breathing. "Emma drove by it yesterday." I waited. "She called me crying. She said it's not fair. She's been struggling, and you're doing so well. Maybe you could help her out a little. She's your only sister." I sat there in my office chair, staring at my computer screen. My company's website was open. Our client list, our revenue projections. "Help her out," I repeated. "Just a little. She's going through a rough time, and you don't need all that money, do you? Families should support each other." I thought about being 12 years old, asking for school supplies. I thought about my broken arm, the honor roll certificate buried under flyers, the $80,000 they handed Emma without blinking. "You told me I didn't deserve help, remember?" Guess that assumption became real convenient for everyone. I hung up.